You know, I had to make the film in the spirit of the original. When I sent the script out initially, certain people got it. Obviously, Michael Mann got it.
I just read the script a couple of times, kind of a supporter from the sidelines. I read the script a couple of times. We talked about it.
I got a lot of notes that would have made it sort of cinematic white bread, and I didn't do any of them. So I said the film's got to have edge, like my dad has edge. Shit, this motherfucker's gonna be nothing but edge. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto realism like folks ain't never seen.
Right on, baby.
And people have been digging it, and it's a surprise. It's
across the board. Yeah. People across the board have been digging it, from all genders, all economics, all everything. So, and that eventually happened to Sweetback, but this is happening to Badass. Immediately, everybody's getting it.
I think this movie is going to resonate with many different people. I mean, in terms of like black cinema is so important because Melvin's movie sort of spearheaded the whole Blaxploitation era in Hollywood. But also in terms of independent filmmaking, I mean, this movie will show how hard it is for an independent filmmaker to get his movie made, and when everyone's telling you can't do it or no one's giving you money, everyone's cutting you off and everything, and how you just have to stay true and do what you need to do to get your art out there.
I loved it from the first time I read the script.
It's a low-budget film, but people love it so much that people want to come back and see it.
I just hope that it will inspire people to follow their dreams, you know?
This idea I got is kind of like a ghetto western. In fact, the brother even wears like a black kind of cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And dig this, man. At the end of the movie, when he gets away, words come blazing across the screen. Badass nigga's gonna come back and collect some dues.
You lost your money. You taking drugs now?
Well, Mario and I go way back when he was first out here. You know, he didn't have any friends. He was from New York, so he spent Christmas at our house, and you know that was sort of when it started. That was at the very beginning, and I'm very, very proud of this guy. I think he's one of the most talented people I know.
Mario's cool. He's been a friend for a while, and I've always wanted to work with him. And he was so gassed up about this project because it was a part of his life. And he would tell me about Clyde. He gave me so much source material, and that I really got into it, man. It was really fun to do.
Do they wear clothes? Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm in.
Mario is awesome. He is a force of nature, and he has a mind that can encompass everything at one time. He's starring in it, he's directing it, he wrote it, he's producing it, and everything he has in his mind is like a steel trap. You know, from a prop that's a banana, and he's like, no, this banana's too yellow, I need a browner banana, or your shirt needs to be torn, and he'll rip it for you, and he's an amazing guy, and we owe all this to him.
I'm very, very happy to be part of it. Mario is just a talented guy, and it was nice being black for about 6 weeks.
So we also have from New York, Black Latino Filmmakers Coalition, Jose Garcia.
Right. Que viva Puerto Rico libre.
Yeah, exactly.
We made this film very much like they made that one. It was very fly by the seat of our pants. It was moving. You know, it was a lot of fun. You really felt like you were a part of that whole. He did a really good job at recreating that.
Besides security, Tika Double is the boom man for the sound guy. Only drawback, he didn't know shit about recording sound.
Check it out. What? We had such a good time doing this movie because it was a labor of love. You know, this is my first independent film, and I'd heard, you know, a lot about, you know, how the camaraderie and the teamwork effort, because there wasn't a lot of money and we were just getting shots and getting our thing.
I've seen Mario's work in low-budget films and in high-budget films, and he's one of those guys that knows how to squeeze a dollar.
We couldn't afford trained animals, so we had a giant St. Bernard in the movie that's my pet, named Nixon. So it was my job to act the scene and hold a St. Bernard in the frame while we were shooting. That was a fun adventure.
Here I was playing a director of a fierce independent while directing a fierce independent. You know, he had to be able to get folks together of all races in a very tight time. It's a little bit of a battle. Now again, I had an easier fight because he broke down the doors. Look around you. No crew has ever looked like this. We're not supposed to get along, let alone be able to make a movie together. Okay? Once we get started, there's no quitting. So anybody want out? Hit the door now.
For Melvin to do that, man, it's back then, which was really hard, versus now, man, all homage to him and my hat off to him.
I want to buy some tickets.
Yes, sir. How many?
22. 23. Make it 23.
You know what Mark Twain said?
he was appalled how stupid his dad was when he was 12, and then he was flabbergasted when he reached 21 how much his father had learned in the meantime.
And my dad has grown immensely, I think, over the years.
Thanks, son.
I got everything I own on the line, and all my family's shit. But it's bigger than me, and it's bigger than you 2 days in jail. This is a war. It's our war. And if you don't know by now that it's your war, take your big ass back to your shed and you smoke meat. No hard feelings, brother.
Well, I play the part of a guy named Tennyson, who was the sound man for Sweetback's Badass song, and he pretty much was basically the security and the whole, he was Melvin's best friend and, his confidant, and, he went on to a great career in movies and doing sound for many, many different projects later on in his life.
Hey, Melvin. Huh? The script guy, he says you only got a 65-minute movie here.
Listen, I know what I got. Let him keep track of the shots, okay? I got it in my head.
Paul plays me as the director of photography of the film Sweetback's Badass Song. And when Mario took the diary that Melvin wrote and made it into a film, he cast Paul as Jose Garcia. He did a great part. Only he brought another element to it, and that's the Mexican-American playing a Puerto Rican. So it's a cross-cultural experience.
It's so weird because this is what I'm going to look like when I get to be old.
Priscilla is Melvin's assistant/secretary, and she's this sort of like very naive, slightly ditzy secretary. She has aspirations of being a singer and an actress.
It's over!
You married? Well, I play a character. Her name is Jenny, and she's like this hippie soul sister. And Melvin convinces her to help get the movie Sweetback Badass Song made.
Action!
I play Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby bailed Melvin Van Peebles out to give him the money to complete the movie. So he had an important role in this whole situation of Sweetback's Badass Song.
They get 3 strikes, we only get 1. You sure you know what you're getting to with this old independent stuff, man? Let me show you. Hey, listen, I'll call you, okay? Okay. Number's still the same. Listen, you're looking good, too. Okay. Keep on doing what you're doing. Hey, man.
I play the kind of strange, drug-addled hippie movie producer that kind of pulls everything together and puts all the parts together of the crazy misfits that end up making the movie that this is about.
Now, the studio gives you money, they're going to want control.
That's true. Nothing truly revolutionary is going to come from the studio machine. Independent money. That's the answer. Independent finance.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
My wife and I went on our first date to see Sweetback's Badass Song in 1970. So it was a special place in history as well as personal life.
First I had to just disconnect. I just watched the movie. And I found the guy intelligent, nice, kind, and then finally afterwards, when I came back, wow, that's me.
And incredibly modest.
Yeah, incredibly modest. Very demure. Yeah.
Mario's just like his dad, except, younger. They're spitting images of each other. Ironically, I saw Badass when I lived in Compton years ago. And it was, I didn't understand it because I didn't know English at the time.
This was my dad's note when I went to option the book. Well, I didn't go to the option, but I hope he'd give me the book. He made me pay and option the book. But when he did that, he said, "Listen, whoever plays me, don't make me too damn nice. Play the truth." And that's what I did. I didn't try to sugarcoat it. We had a tough relationship, and we had a lot of love there, and now we have a lot of love and respect there, and a lot of understanding. I'm also a dad, and my kids are in the movie. And, it takes a little while, but we made it through.
I want you to start calling me Dad. Answer me when I talk to you.
Mom lets us call her Maria. It's less confusing when everyone's calling out for their mother.
I'm not your mother, I'm your father. But while you're here, you do what the fuck I say. Am I clear?
Yes, Dad. Okay.
It's a unique film. It's just a unique piece of film, both historically and Melvin's film and then Mario's film about making Melvin's film. And You know, it's unique culturally and in really, really important racial and cultural politics in this country.
Mario wrote a really, really interesting, fun script about his dad, and I think the script is the most important starting of a project like this. And then he always has been able to bring people together, talented people, and everybody just works as hard as can be for him because he has that about him.
Viva la raza para todos que ven a la película de Baadasssss. Se llama Malo Culo.
Somehow we got that shot. With the Cosby money, a deal from the labs, and my borrowing from anyone I could, our little ragtag crew managed to make it through the end of the shoot.